Young lady, I am disposed to be gregarious and communicative tonight. That's why I sent for you. The fire and the chandelier were not sufficient company for me. I can't talk to an old lady or a young child, no pilot, but you. You puzzled me the first evening I invited you down here. But pleased me now to draw you out, to learn more of you. Therefore speak.
About what, sir?
Oh, whatever you like. You're dumb, Miss Eyre? Stubborn? And annoyed, hmm? Ah, I put my request in an absurd, almost insolent form. Miss Eyre, I beg your pardon. The fact is, once and for all, I do not wish to treat you like an inferior. I speak merely with 20 years more of age and a century more of experience. Now have the goodness to talk to me a little. Divert my thoughts, which are galled with dwelling on one point.
I am willing to amuse you if I can, sir. But how do I know what will interest you? Ask me questions and I will do my best to answer them.
Well, firstly, then, do you agree that I have the right to be a little masterful? Abrupt, exacting at times? On the grounds that I'm old enough to be your father and have roamed over half the globe, whilst you have lived quietly with one set of people in one house.
Do as you please, sir.
Oh, that's no answer. It's irritating and evasive. Reply clearly.
I do not think, sir, you have the right to command me because you are older than I, or because you have seen more of the world than I have. Your claim to superiority depends upon the use you have made of your time and experience.
Promptly spoken. But I won't allow that. It would never suit my case. I have made a very bad use of both advantages. Well, leaving superiority out of the question, then, you must still agree to receive my orders now and then without being piqued by the tone of command. Why do you smile?
I was thinking, sir, that very few masters would trouble themselves to inquire so of their paid subordinates.
Paid subordinate? Oh, yes, I'd forgotten the salary. Well, then, on that mercenary ground, will you agree to let me hector you a little?
No, sir, not on that ground, but on the grounds that you did forget it, and that you care whether or not a dependent is comfortable in his dependency.
And will you agree to dispense with a great many conventional forms and phrases without thinking me insolent?
I hope, sir, I know the difference between informality and insolence. The one I rather like, the other nothing freeborn would submit to even for a salary.
Humbug. Most things freeborn will submit to anything for a salary. However, I mentally shake hands with you for that answer, despite its inaccuracy. Not one in 3,000 raw schoolgirl governesses would have answered me as you have just done. However, I don't mean to flatter you. For all I know, you may have intolerable faults to counterbalance your few good points. Oh. Yes, you're right. I've plenty of faults of my own. I was thrust onto a wrong tack at the age of 21, and I've never recovered the right course since. I might have been different. I might have been as good as you. Wiser. Almost as stainless. I envy you your peace of mind, your clean conscience, your unpolluted memory.
How was your memory when you were 18, sir?
Oh, I was your equal, Miss Eyre. Quite your equal. Nature meant me to be, on the whole, a good man, Miss Eyre. But you see, I am not. I am a trite, commonplace sinner, hackneyed in all the petty dissipations of the rich and worthless. I wish I'd stood firm. God knows I do. Dread remorse when you are tempted to err, Miss Eyre. Remorse is the poison of life.
Repentance is said to be its cure, sir.
It is not its cure. Reformation, maybe. I could reform, but what's the use? Hampered, burdened, cursed as I am. Besides, I have a right to get pleasure out of life, and I will get it, cost what it may.
Then you will degenerate still further, sir.
Why should I? If I can get sweet, fresh pleasure, and I may get it. As sweet and fresh as the wild honey the bee gathers on the moor. See, you're like a little bird trapped in a cage, vivid, resolute, restless, but a captive. Were it but free, I would soar cloud high.
To speak truth, sir, I do not understand you.
Well, at this moment, Miss Eyre, I am paving hell with energy.
Sir?
I'm laying down good intentions, which I believe as durable as flint.